brand new episode of the Comic Den.
What's up, nerds?
Sup, nerds? Exactly. You freaking nerd. What are you doing, nerds? Late unsubscribe. No, Bear, you can't do that to me, Bear. Anyway, this week here on the Comic Den, we are here to talk about, we got a couple bits of comic news, and talk about our usual chitter chatter of what we have been reading, but we're here specifically with our main topic being like we're talking about these two issues. There's Shadow of Maul, or the Shadow of Maul, and then Bleeding Hearts. What is Bleeding Hearts? That is a great question. Find out after this intro.
Welcome to the Dingus Den.
All right, welcome to the Comic Den. We already got Matthew and Bear in the chat. What's up, guys? Hope you all are having a good day, good morning, all that stuff, wherever it is for you all in the world. And me and Steve are back for another Comic Den. And so, yippee, yippee-ki-yay, and stuff like that. So, how are you doing this week, Steve?
Not too bad. We've got our favorite friendly furry friend here
Been making an appearance recently every time we've been doing it. I think she's 3 for 3 since our return.
She spends a lot of time in this office lately. She's if I'm in here, she is following close behind.
Nice.
She's such a nice girl.
Adorable. I love it. It's so sweet. We got Aisha in the chat. What's up, Aisha? Good to have you here. Hope you're doing good today.
How are you doing? So yeah, I'm doing all right. I tried out something yesterday that kind of flopped, in my own opinion. I did this.
It's good to try something new.
I did this comic book review on my channel, and yeah, I'm just not made for solo.
I think to make solo reviews work, and I mentioned this to you, is I think you kind of want to like have them edited up a little bit, because what makes having these work better with not necessarily having them edited is they, when you have two people together, the one can pick up for their person slack and kind of make up for a more natural sort of feeling, versus not everybody's naturally able to just put out something great by themselves when they don't have something really necessarily to spit off of, or at least, as you also said, maybe having a script would help a lot too. But even then, it's like certain.
That's what I was gonna say. I think my main thing is I should probably not necessarily script it out word for word.
Yeah.
So have some sort of starting point script to do it.
The last short I did, which was over an X-Men issue, I don't remember which issue specifically, but it was over an issue that I really liked, and so I was like, I want to do a little video about it, so I decided to do it as a short, because I was like, I could easily just get my thoughts on the issue within a couple of minutes for a short, because it has to be under 3 minutes now, and not just a minute like how it was. And so I had on my phone, I kind of wrote out like a little rough script, you could say, of like, this is the points of what I want to do. I was want to make sure I do that, and that. And so it kind of helps to get an idea.
I think I'm going to try it again next week, but I'm going to try to script it out some.
I need to do more stuff like that for shorts and whatnot.
Yeah. I'm going to make it shorter. Like the one that I did yesterday, I think it was around 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
But after I actually did edit it, because I didn't edit it. I actually had a tool edit it for me, because I don't know how to edit. I think it still ended up like right around 9.5 minutes. So probably too long for a short.
Right.
But yeah. Hey, Steve. Steve's in the
We got
chat.
Steve
Steve's
number 2.
fine.
Welcome in, Steve. Good to have you here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I'd like to do more comic reviews, but who has the time? But yeah, I figure if I do just like one issue and do like a really short review, because I was doing reviews on my Substack.
Yeah.
If I did something like that, they could probably end up being shorts.
See that.
I did it like that. Anyway, what have you been up to?
Shorts help. And I'm just not naturally a person that makes shorts, but they can help. I put out a few like a month ago or a month and a half ago, and they were like, they did good. I need to get back to it.
Yeah.
What have I been up to? Busy. It is busy. I'm in a very busy, essentially like 2-week stretch in the semester, so I've been busy, but I've been able to get in some reading and stuff. And so we'll delve into that here in a moment. But other than that, I've been around. If you like what you see, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Last night I was live for Before the Cape, where we talked about episodes 9 and 10 of season 2 of Smallville, which was Psychotic and Skinwalkers. And so that's always fun. I'm joined by Andrew Haley, who's on Feast of Fandoms, and my friend, or good friend, Ian, who I met during the Red of 5 Reading Book Club. 3 of us it gets kind of wild. And if you don't know what I mean by that, go check out Before the Cape. We last night's episodes got off the rails pretty quick. And so it's always a fun time. But yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly what videos I put out. Oh, I put out a video to the Lanterns teaser that came out. Did you watch that Lanterns teaser trailer? That has set the internet on fire because everyone loves to bitch about DC stuff.
Yeah, I did. I did watch the trailer a couple times.
I did a reaction, so make sure you all check that out. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it, but I am, based on the trailer, I am cautiously optimistic.
I think they're doing things for reasons, and I say everything in my reaction too of why I think they're doing it the way they are. But I think they're trying to grab people's attention who doesn't know what Green Lantern is, because Green Lantern's a hard sell. And so, but anyway, if you want to hear my full thoughts on the Green Lantern teaser, check out that video, because that teaser reaction I say right here was nearly 30 minutes long because I couldn't shut up about it. So I delved way more into that teaser than
30 minutes to talk about a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah, it is mostly me not being able to shut up. Andrew was there. Andrew definitely gave thoughts and asked a few things, but it just shows you how much I like Lantern stuff. And I haven't even read Earth 1, which is like a huge influence on it. And that's something that we were just talking about before we went live. It's like, we need to talk about Green Lantern Earth 1 sometime before the show comes out. And it's something I honestly want to do sooner than later.
Yeah, we could make that our next episode.
We could do that, but I know we also need to do One World Under Doom sometime as well, because we've been talking about that. So we'll figure it out.
Well, when does the Lantern show come out?
It doesn't come out until August. It's more of a me thing.
Right? Oh, okay. We got plenty of time then.
But I still want to read it sooner than later, just so I can kind of be ready for it.
I will probably wait until closer to when we do the episode, so I have it fresh in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I own both volumes, so I've read them, but yeah, I'll have to reread them.
Yeah. Yes, as Miss Bear said in the chat, Spence was being a Lantern fanboy. Yes, I was. And so I'm looking forward to it.
It's cool. It's a cool comic book. I don't read it as much as I would like to, but
yeah, I've been keeping up with all those Green Lantern titles since we talked about them. And so, like a year ago, if you're crazy to think,
We
like
haven't done a Green Lantern episode in a while.
I don't think it was since the beginning issue of Green Lantern Corps came out, I believe.
And
Which is our third episode of Comic Den. So
I tried to start a like a Green Lantern series on Rebel Nerd Radio, but yeah, I only ended up doing one episode, and yeah, that was, gosh, when was that? That was when the hell did we do that? That was February of last year. Oh, okay. So it's been a little over a year since we did that one episode of.
I know I had the idea of doing something like that for the Dingus Den a while ago.
Yeah.
It just hasn't happened yet. It's a thing
maybe I should revive that one, and we could talk some Green Lantern on that.
Yeah, talking about more Green Lantern here is definitely something I want to do. So we'll see. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out.
Anyway, yeah.
We'll figure out something. There's always stuff and things, you know?
Stuff and things. Yeah.
Stuff and things. Before we get into the pool, though, of what's coming out next week, anything that you want to highlight that you've read?
You know, I have not read nearly as much in the last week as I was in previous weeks. I read my pull list from last week, which was man, what was my pull list last week? The most recent one was the new Batman. Last week's pull list was pretty long, actually.
It was big.
So there was Absolute Superman 17, Avengers 36, which is actually the comic that I reviewed on my abysmal solo venture. Batman 7, Moonstar #1, Shadow of Maul #1, which we'll talk about today. X-Men 26, which is actually a really good comic, and I thought about making that one the one I did my solo on, but I did not. And then X-Men Annual #1. Other than that, I reread Dr. Aphra Volume 1.
Have you read this? Have you been keeping up with Batman?
That's one of them I mentioned.
Okay. I gotta say, I absolutely loved one of the moments in the middle, and I imagine it didn't hit nearly as well in digital. But this moment right here in the middle, anybody who doesn't want Batman spoilers will look away for like 15 seconds as But this epic part is so cool, where you look at Joker, and he's like in this like test tube sort of thing, and then you open it up, and it's this giant spread here. Look at that. Holy cow.
Yeah.
So cool.
I didn't get that in digital.
So cool. Because they have this exactly at the center of the book. And it just works. And it's so cool. And when I first read this, I was like, holy cow, that's so cool. And so, yeah. Yes, Bear. He's like, spoilers, unsubscribe. And welcome into Fanlight Zone. Yes, the spread page was amazing. So good. I love it so much. I just took like a whole like minute to just like absorb it. Because I was just like, comics don't like, that's just so amazing. You don't really get to see that often. And so I actually have a stack of things I've kind of been like going through, and I read through. I spent a lot of my free time this weekend and Friday kind of like reading a bunch of the stuff I got, because I'm one of those people that I try to go to the comic store every 2 or 3 weeks, and so I had 3 weeks of stuff, and it was a good sized haul I picked up. And so like I have all these that I picked up that I was like that I want to specifically highlight. This X-Men annual, I read through it last night. I thought this was like a really good one-shot X-Men story. I don't even like keep up with X-Men. But like something when I was at the comic store, I was like, I want to pick this up.
Oh,
and I'm glad I did.
don't keep up with X.
I know, right? What's up, Kat? Welcome in. Me and Kat were gonna play Halo last night, and then Kat's power went out. So I hope your neighborhood power's back.
That's weird. I don't see her in the chat.
She was in for me. I don't know why.
I've got to redo my feelings in YouTube.
But I was wanting to quickly go through the stack of just some other things that I read over these last few days that I thought were pretty good that might be under people's radars, such as not everybody would probably maybe think about the X-Men annual being something worth reading, but I've also been enjoying. There's this Knoll miniseries that just started. I really enjoyed the issue 2 of that. Marvel reprinted, or not, well, Image/Marvel reprinted Marvel Team Up 14, which is the Invincible and Spider-Man crossover. And so and you can see that they have all these covers that they did. I had to pick up this McFarlane cover because I can't say no to McFarlane. I also really like what the speech bubbles here says, where he says, "Hey, leave some room for me." And then Spider-Man says, "Hi, Todd." And so, but yeah, it was fun reading the reprint of a classic issue because this isn't included in the compendium. Obviously, there's the absolute stuff. These recent issues have been really good. I really like this new Superman issue, which we just got Parasite in, which was really cool. I thought their version of Parasite was awesome. Something I wanted to highlight is DCKO finished. I am going to be doing a video roundtable discussion on DCKO, and it just wrapped up this week with a big ending. So yeah,
cool.
DCKO is worth reading.
I have not read any of that.
It is worth reading. Another DC thing that a lot of people have been talking about is this particular issue, New History of the DC Universe, the Dakota Incident, which this is like their DC's essentially seeing how big this is, if they have enough, if there's enough interest to essentially bring back the Milestone universe. And I'm not somebody that's ever really delved into the Milestone universe. I've only read like a couple issues here and there. I really like this. It has me genuinely curious on reading more Milestone stuff. Something else, a couple other things. There's Skinbreaker by Robert Kirkman and David Finch. The art in this is just phenomenal. He's just amazing. There's a particular shot in here at the beginning that's just like of the landscape. My camera here isn't doing it justice here, but it's amazing art here. And so this book is worth just, it's worth picking up just for the art alone, because it's that good. And then I was able to pick up the second printing of Dork. Issue 2 comes out actually next week, or this week for check out. This is really good. When I read Bleeding Hearts, I told you, hey, you should read this because it's really good. Dork, I feel the same way about. And I think I'm probably going to have to add both of them to my pool because they're both that good. And I love this one. This one kind of gives me like a similar vibe of like, I hate Fairyland in a way. You'll see what I mean by that. Not exactly like that, but it's a lot like that. But it's very, like, here's just the opening page without saying anything, showing too much. Like, it's very cartoony. It's essentially about, there's this land, and you see, this is like, they give you a whole map of the land. There's like a light side and a dark side. And so light and dark hate each other. But then in the middle of it, there's a dork who's half dwarf, half orc. And so dwarves are like light side.
Wait, half orc and half what?
Dwarf. So
Oh,
he's
okay.
dork. So
Okay.
he's dork because he's a dwarf and a dork.
Gotcha.
And so it's like he's like in the middle of it, of this whole like light and dark conundrum, and it's like really funny. I kind of don't want to say anything else about it. It's kind of just one of those books that's just like, go check it out. You'll love it if you're a fantasy fan and if you love like humor and stuff like that, because that just has fun with itself. It's so great. And it's so good. Like, this is the second printing because the first printing sold out really, like, it sold out quick, and it might even be getting a third printing. I don't remember if they said that or not. So, but that's like really good for a brand new series. You don't see that a lot. So, Dork. It set the internet on fire. I checked it out as well. Really good. Where's my Jeff the Landshark comic collection? I don't have. Do I have any Jeff comics? I don't know if I have any comics with Jeff. All of his stuff is digital first, and so some of them when I read is there. And yes, the ending to Absolute Superman was really good. I've really been enjoying what Jason Aaron's been doing on Superman.
Yeah, for sure.
So really cool. So, but yeah. Oh, I also wanted to highlight a couple other things that because I will probably, this is going to be the next read that I'm going to finish up, and I'm halfway through it, is Batman by Tom King. I got this like over a year ago, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to finally get through reading this. And so I read through Night of the Monstermen this last week and finished up I Am Gotham. It's I suppose. And then I also got a gift of the Adventures of Sig and Joe Volume 1, my friend Warren, who I've been doing the Energon Universe reviews with. This is his comic that he made, and you can read it all on Global Comics, but also he's going to be having a Kickstarter up for this in about a couple months, so you can get your own copy of this. And we recorded a creator interview and a Dingus questionnaire video over this, and yeah, a lot of fun. The main creator interview for this will probably be out in like a week and a half, though. I do have another video. I have a creator interview dropping. I need to finish getting ready for it, but I will be dropping a video probably tomorrow with Gary Jones, creator of Divergent Comics, over his Kickstarter that's going on right now. And so make sure you keep an eye out for that, everybody. And then I also need to put up my Dingus questionnaire videos. I need to make I want to make like a little intro for it or something. I don't know. But those bits have been really fun, so I can't wait for y'all to see that. But yeah. You already talk about what's on our pull list?
We have not.
Yeah, since I said, are you ready to talk about it?
Oh, sure, yeah.
I know, I wouldn't shut up about all the stuff I read. See, I came prepared this week to be like, hey, these are things that I read, especially since my free time this weekend has either been spending, because I've been having to do a bunch of schoolwork stuff. It has been either reading, catching up on my pull list, which I finished all of, or we're playing Rivals, and so that's essentially been
I
one of my.
finished all mine. I finished all mine.
Yeah. Okay. So, let's talk about what's on our pull list. Let me share this with you. Here we go. I kind of have the story by publisher, so we'll be swapping back and forth with who's on what's pull list, such as issue 373 of Spawn is out, getting closer to 400. Wild. It'll be at 400 in like what, 2.5 years?
Wow.
Anyway, I know, insane. But I'm a Spawn fan. I collect all the Spawn stuff, so I will be checking this out. This is the only Spawn title, well, main Spawn title I check out now. I was getting all of them, then they got printed.
Yeah.
Something on your pull list that I will probably end up adding to mine, and we will be talking about the first issue of it, is Bleeding Hearts.
Yeah, I read the first issue based on your recommendation, and I liked it so much that I was like, okay, I'm gonna pull the second one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably do the same, even though I probably shouldn't.
Well, I
uh,
probably should here, but yeah.
right, right. That's how it goes, right? Um, Absolute Batman 18. I gotta say, this Absolute Poison Ivy stuff is wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like the ending of that the of issue 17, when you get to really see Absolute Poison Ivy, it's like Jesus. And so interesting things are going on. I will be pulling Green Lantern Corps issue 14, where we got some stuff going on with Guy Gardner. Interested to see what's going on with Guy Gardner in a brand new position here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. On your list, how have you been enjoying this?
Absolute Batman was also on my list, by the way.
Yes.
But yeah. Yeah, I've been enjoying this run. It's all like different writers and diving into his history. It's all like past
Hmm.
history stuff.
Nice. Maybe I'll check it out on Marvel Unlimited. Speaking of another Marvel title, there's this that comes out this week.
Yeah.
X-Men United. I think the idea of it's kind of interesting. I might check it out later on. There's also issue 2 of Magic and Colossus.
Yeah.
Did you? I mean, I guess you obviously like the first issue enough to get the second one.
Yeah, I was torn on this one because I did like the first one, but I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm really invested in the story
Give it one more shot.
enough. I'm gonna give it another one because I do like magic. So
Yeah. No,
more magic is always a good thing.
sure. And then there's this new Marvel series coming out that I was really excited for this. I'm still looking forward to it, but Marvel has already killed off this whole new cosmic initiative that they said that they were doing. And this is written by Dan Abnett. It was going to be like 10 issues, and now it's down to 5 issues because, like I said, Marvel's already killed what they were doing with this cosmic stuff. Uh,
Huh.
and so, but I still hope that it's still good to 5 issues. It's written by Dan Abnett, who is a personal favorite writer of mine. Um, he's worked on like Warhammer stuff, but within the Marvel sphere specifically, he's done work on the run of Guardians of the Galaxy that was really good. One of my personal favorite Marvel runs ever, and it's like the first kind of modern version of Guardians. Like if you remember what Guardians was initially, of like Yondu with the bow and Charlie 27 and I can't remember his name, who has Captain America's shield and all that. Like that was the initial version, and they kind of turned that initial version in the movies into like the Ravagers. Like you also have Starhawk there. I think that's his name. That Stallone plays. But Abnett, like he wrote their run of like the new version, the first iteration of it, of what has now been kind of standardized because of the movie. And so I love his work on Guardians though. And so here seeing this cast had me really excited. I still hope that it's really good, but we'll see. Especially when you have Cosmic Ghost Rider in the forefront and center there. But also like we have Gamora there, we have Captain Marvel there, um Amadeus Chow there. So yeah, Darkhawk. It's an interesting lineup. So I hope it's good. And then one title that I meant to order earlier that is on my pull list is Transformers 30, which is the last issue in the post Danny Orr Johnson arc, or like it's the end of the first arc that Robert Kirkman has is writing. and also the last issue that Dan Mora is going to be doing the art on. And so hopefully this first brand new arc after the main first 24 issues is good and ends in a good way. So this will be something that I will end up be reviewing some point on the channel. Me and Warren will be talking about more Transformers. But you can check out all our other Transformers stuff on the channel where we've been talking about all the G.I. Joe and Transformers bits of the Energon universe. And so, and I have a review ready to drop next week for G.I. Joe Volume 1. So make sure you check that out, everybody. So yeah. Vance Astro, thank you, Fanlight Zone. Yes. Vance Astro, he's a cool guy. I recently actually read Amnet did I think it was an 8-issue miniseries called Guardians 3000, which was released in, was it late 2014 going into 2015, I think. Because the whole thing with that series is that the thread of it leads up to Secret Wars. And so it now has me interested in reading his Secret Wars tie-in, as he's like, it all involves Secret Wars, but then also he has like his own plot there in the Secret Wars corner that's kind of interesting that he set up beforehand. So anyway, I'm a big fan of Dan Abnett, and I'm here to support his work.
Yep.
Before we get to the main topic, I have a few bits of news I wanted to talk about. One of them is cover related, and then we also have Marvel announced a couple things, and then I got something else to talk about that it shook up the internet a bit, deservedly so. But let's get into these. We have this. Oh wait, I didn't put the right thing here. Hold on a moment. Need to put up this. There we go. We got this cover of Absolute Batman revealed for issue 20, a variant cover, which gives a new look at several of the characters, such as we got to see like we see Scarecrow on the side there, which looks really cool. You get to see whoever this is with like the Robins. That's not meant to be the Joker, is it? Maybe it is meant to be. And then we got this whole new look at Deathstroke
I don't think that's meant to be Joker.
We can see the Court of Owls down there. So yeah, get some new looks at people here, which is cool. Let's see if I can. Yeah. But yeah, we just want to touch on that quickly. There's also, you're a Bishop fan, aren't you?
I am.
Is this something you're looking forward to? He's getting a 5-issue series, written by Saladin Ahmed, who is the writer of Wolverine. He's also getting to write an Aliens comic coming out next month. Yeah.
I am looking forward to it. I actually didn't know about it until you mentioned it this morning.
Oh.
So I was like, say what now?
He's in a fight against fate when the final Brotherhood, a new group of villains originating from his future, journey to the past to end his time in the present once and for all. He'll team up with his sister Shard, character as well as a previous Bishop solo series, similar to this is, yeah, interesting. Is it saying that it's going to be kind of in the vein of like the recent Rogue and Cyclops series? So
okay.
We'll see. Could be interesting. We'll see.
Yeah.
I haven't read too much Bishop stuff. I need to get back on my X-Men reread sometime. I just was reading so much. I'm like, I needed a break of it. And so it might be another month or two at least till I get back to that, because I was hitting hard on it. But
yeah.
I also wanted to talk about there's a Spider-Man miniseries announced called Long Way Home, which I haven't seen a bunch of people talk about this. And maybe it's people just taking rumors as confirmation or something, or people believing in rumors, I should say. Because there's been heavy rumors with this. There's been a bunch of rumors surrounding the new Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
two
there
of the
have.
biggest rumors are that both Punisher and Hulk is going to be in it.
I'm not sure if those really are rumors anymore. I think they've more or less been.
Maybe the Punisher thing. There's been nuggets about the Punisher thing that I think um gives what do I want to say? There's been nuggets with the Punisher thing that like there's been evidence where you could be like, okay, I could see why that's true, but not necessarily with I haven't seen anything concrete on Hulk yet to make me fully believe that. Until
Uh,
this. This is what I'm gonna say. But what
yeah.
are you gonna say?
Um, I'll probably skip it. I don't. Well, I don't know. It's Jonathan Hickman, so maybe.
And Adam Kubert on the art. And so that's a promising thing.
Well,
And the is interesting.
I've been, I've been really kind of into Jonathan Hickman lately. So
I am interested in this. I think this will sound as interesting because it says it's about Spider-Man, Punisher, and Hulk on a high-stakes collision course as they pursue a missing cosmic cube. And
yeah, I don't know. It could be interesting. I will. When does it come out?
it is not until June 17th.
Yeah, I'll at least pick up the first issue.
I am in this camp, and this is the big reason I want to talk about it. Not just because it's a notable new series announcement, but also mainly I want to talk about it because um, the people writing the Marvel comics, like they clearly know certain things about the movies before, because Marvel has had this big habit recently, over the last at least couple of years, probably I think even longer actually, where they release something new related with a movie coming out. Like
Mhm.
last year, we had this. Um, I don't remember what it was called, but it was this Fat Captain America and like Falcon series or something like that, where literally it was a comic that they made, and they made sure it came out at the same time as the new Captain America movie, and on the covers of it had Falcon as Captain America fighting Red Hulk. Um, and you know, Marvel's been doing like new Fantastic Four stuff for the movie. I I feel like this is a very similar case to that Captain America series where it's like, oh, there's this big new Spider-Man movie coming out called Brand New Day. We already know that Brand New Day is coming back. So they're like, how else can we you know, profit off of this big new Spider-Man movie coming out? And they're
Yeah.
if this plot point really is a legit thing in the movie, I think this like I feel like this just kind of confirms those rumors in a way. Maybe it's kind of like I understand why I'm saying about this is kind of like so you're probably thinking about this too much and looking too much in between the lines, but it's like I think Marvel like I really do feel like they just confirmed that that's happening in the movie. Especially since the movie's like what 4 months away and we still haven't gotten anything on it. Like we don't even have a trailer for it yet, which is wild.
Yeah, not even a teaser. Well, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see.
So I know. I long story short, in my mind, this 100% confirms we're getting Hulk and Punisher in the new Spider-Man, and Marvel just spoiled it to everybody. So and that's what I'm gonna go with. So,
That's fair.
all right. What's up, Castro? Welcome in. I got one other thing to talk about, which is very disturbing news. I feel like, um, and that's what's going on at Dark Horse. Have you heard about this big Dark Horse news?
Thing with the CEO.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I've heard about it.
I don't want to talk about it too much. But what I do want to say on it though is because first and foremost, Dark Horse is a comic book company. And Castro Bistro. That's funny, Matthew. Anyway, point is, first and foremost, Dark Horse is a comic book company, right? They have notable IPs, most notably Hellboy, but then also like they've published Usagi Yojimbo, Sin City, The Goon. They've done a bit of notable work.
Yeah.
That's not just Hellboy, which is what comes probably first in mind for most people, not just myself. And they got bought out a few years ago. Sorry, in 2021, it says the big Embracer bought them. Where anybody who keeps up with gaming news has been hearing this name a lot, as they've been buying a bunch of different like studios and stuff here and there, as well as they bought rights to specifically called Middle Earth Enterprises division, which is stuff to do with Lord of the Rings IP, being able to use that in other mediums and such. And anyway, Embracer though is like they don't care about comics is the point I'm trying to get here, and they the CEO of Dark Horse, who I didn't know much about his story until I kind of like looked into this a little bit. But he's somebody who he was just a comic store owner first and foremost, and then he ended up founding Dark Horse, and now we know like Dark Horse is a big notable comic company, as we know now. And so he has this great success story.
Independent, but yeah.
Yeah. And so he's so anyway, this person, Mike Richardson, he just got outed from his own company. And what's even more disturbing about this, like I can understand, because I think he was here for like 40 years, and I can understand him wanting to move on. But when it's Embracer who bought them and who they replace it with is somebody that is a this person is, you can see a picture of him here. Jay Comas is who's replacing him, and he is interim CEO after 2 years of general manager, head franchises development of Middle Earth Enterprises, as well as a resume that includes work at Google, LucasArts, which was the old Lucas gaming division, Activision Blizzard, and EA. I don't. They're asking somebody who doesn't know shit about comic books to run a comic book company now. Is like a part-time thing, and I'm like, okay. I'm really concerned about what's happening with Dark Horse now over all this, and it seems very wrong of whatever is happening here. A lot of people are saying that he was fired. I can't say that's for sure what happened, and that's not just a clickbait title. But Mike is for sure not involved in the company anymore, and it's concerning. And we'll find. I'm sure we'll find out more information about this. But it's big news that had to be worth mentioning, though. So anyway,
Cool.
Let's talk about these couple of issues that we
talk about comics. Yeah.
Okay, let's delve deep into these couple of comics, which I'm excited to talk about. Which one do you want to talk about first?
Let's do Bleeding Hearts.
All right, cool. Did you reread it just before? No, not gonna lie. Does Dark Horse have a digital footprint at all? I wonder if he is refusing to go. So Dark Horse, they have I mean, their comics are available on the digital stores. I don't think their comics are necessarily free to read anywhere digitally, but they've done a good job of making sure their stuff is available to buy digitally. Dark Horse is actually a company that's been really good with announcing new series and stuff. Like when we were heavy into talking about every single bit of news, I was able to actually pull up like stuff from Dark Horse's website because they're good about announcing their things like Marvel. Whereas other companies like DC and Image aren't good with always putting out articles about what's new that they're coming out with. So, but yeah, I don't think their stuff is really available anywhere because there's two other places I could look at where comic subscriptions and stuff that you could go to their stuff. So I'd have to look at it. But I will delve into that more. So, but yeah, it's very definitely concerning. All right. Yeah. Who knows? We don't know a bunch of the details about it other than he just left. So, like I said, a lot of places are saying things that aren't necessarily confirmed yet and putting in their own theories as news when it's not. Anyway, let's talk about Bleeding Hearts. I want to first show off. I got this cool cover. I showed it off earlier, but I got this cover for Bleeding Hearts.
Yeah, nice.
Which I like how DC you can get these like nicer cardstock sort of covers.
Yeah.
And you pay an extra $1 to get essentially a cover that's slapped onto the main issue. And so that's the main issue's cover right there. So
Very nice.
yeah, I like this art here. What's up, Dragon Buddy? Dragon Buddy, we are actually going to be talking about Bleeding Hearts, which I think is something that you would actually really like, knowing your taste in things. And so let's talk about this.
Yeah.
First, this is written by Dennis Camp, who has been making his rounds way around the internet a lot as of recently. He is the writer of the Ultimates, writer of Absolute Martian Manhunter, as well as oh my gosh, what's the series?
Crisis Events.
Thank you, Assorted Crisis Events. Exactly, that's what I was thinking of. And he's being now regarded as like one of the most creative current comic book writers, which from the two of those three that I've delved into, I can agree. Yeah, he's becoming the big new exciting name in the industry.
I mean, they gave him the Ultimate, so it's like,
but then also like he was able to turn Absolute Martian Manhunter into what was going to be a 6-issue miniseries. He made it big into 12 issues, extended it to 12 issues. And then he was given the option to, we talked about this last time we were live. He was given the option to make it ongoing, but then he decided, wait, he was given an opportunity to do something else that he wants to do instead, which we have yet to find out what that is.
Yeah,
but anyway, Dennis Camp though, he is an excellent writer. Is the point that I was trying to get here. And he's been awesome. He's been great. And I'm one of those people that when I look at a zombie story, I'm very picky about it. I am realizing that I am liking more zombie stuff than I would first let on. Because but like there's a bunch of zombie things that I'm like, I'm just not a big fan of. Like for instance, I'm not a big fan of 28 Days Later. Like I found that movie boring when I watched it.
Wow.
But like with 28 Years Later, I'm like, oh, this stuff is really interesting of what they're doing with it. And so, like I said, I'm really particular about my zombie taste.
I didn't care too much for 28 Weeks Later, but I did like 28 Days and 28 Years. I've watched both of those. Yeah, I'm kind of picky on zombie stuff too, though. But so, like, when you first mentioned this to me, I was like, zombie, okay.
Yeah.
But then I read it and I was like, fantastic. This is like such a twist on zombie.
This is true. I think what sold me on it was that Dennis Camp was writing it, and it was like, and my comic store had a copy, so I was like, well, if there's just a book, like I'm comics are my drugs, all right? I think everybody watching here already knows this. And so if I see something interesting that I've been hearing talk about, or anything that just like anything that's interesting that's the first issue, and I see it on the shelf, I will most likely pick it up. And so
it was really good.
It is really good. So it's great because hold on, I meant to highlight the creative team on it. We got Stepan Morian is the artist. Chris Conroy is the editor. And then Matt Hollingsworth is the colorist. And so they did a really good job. And then Jay Lee did the variant cover, which I think this is the Jay Lee cover actually. And so, because that looks like his artwork. Anyway, yeah. So this is cool though. With it begins with a very familiar zombie-like scene that we can see here of people running and then get surrounded by all these zombies. And we then get these like beating heart sound effects. And we get into it and we get to meet our main character here who has this heart, which we find out makes him special, and his name is Poke. Poke the zombie.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny, Dragon Buddy. He says Spencer freebasing comics safer than cocaine. Anyway, Poke the zombie, his friend Mush gives it like yeah, he comes over and he like gives him like a handful of toes and generic looking hunk as it's described. And he doesn't really find it appetizing because what he's needing is like he's needing a heart essentially. And so and like that's what makes this whole thing interesting is it's like it's a zombie story from the point of view of the zombies, and like it has fun like as the first issue is it should be with series. It is the setup.
Yeah.
And they touch on a bunch of these generic zombie tropes of like, oh yeah, we travel in a horde because of I don't remember what their reasoning is for it. But they talk about different zombie tropes while introducing these zombies as the main characters. And so yeah.
It's a very interesting twist on zombie lore.
Yeah. Sure. It's really cool. It's funny too because they're like we love life, we go searching for it everywhere as they're chasing like this person into like a supermarket or wherever it is that they're going, restaurant or whatever, wherever. And so it's great. You know, saying like we gotta search everywhere, and then you get to like when they later find the neighborhood, and they're like, "Oh, suburbs! We love suburbs."
Yeah,
it's funny. Like it's a zombie story with like this sort of comedic vibe, but then it's also still very much zombies. Like it's such a unique like take on like a zombie story. I've never seen a zombie story like this at all. And
no, I can't remember ever seeing anything like this before, but
yeah. And so that's why I'm like to anybody that's a fan of zombies, horror stuff, anything like that. It is such a unique Sorry, this little side chat going on, just hilarious. Chris is saying it's probably cheaper. Don't know about that. Can you have both comics and cocaine? Trip balls while reading comics? Come on, Bear. I can't afford both. Come on. Drugs are definitely cheap. We all have our vices of biting on Lego. Hey, there we go. Can't say no to a good old Lego. You know what I have? I've had this that I got for Christmas that I still need to build. This K2SO Lego. I've just been waiting for the right time to do it. Anyway. So it's yeah, like ultimately though, like it was just a fun issue to set it up with. We don't get too much plot per se, but I don't mean that in a bad way just because it was focused on like here's the characters. This is what
Well,
makes
yeah,
Poe
I mean it's very character driven. This is
right.
like definitely a setup issue.
Right.
Um,
Right. I mean, here's the thing though, is anytime you have a wild idea, it's like you have to spend the time to introduce it properly, and that's what this issue does, is it's the massive needed setup done in a good job. Like when I say setup, I don't mean that in a bad way by any means. Like as we're talking about, like it was even though it was just a setup, it was such a good setup where it's like I'm like, I'll probably get the second issue. And then you're like, I'm for sure getting the second
oh
issue.
yeah, I'm definitely getting that. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that
And so
because I want to know. I want to know what's going on. Why is his heart beating?
yeah, because we get this whole sound effects of the lub dub everywhere, which is cool.
Yeah,
I like the visuals of that, very comic-y. And he's set up to just be an unusual zombie too, who has like his friend who's like a typical zombie, but then like he's trying to be there for him, like he's trying to be a Samwise Gamgee in some way.
yeah, yeah,
But he's a zombie though, and like also doesn't really get things. It's an interesting dynamic, and the issue ends in a way too where it's like, how is he going to react to the situation given? And so,
yeah.
I will say, I don't. I think this is getting a second printing. So anybody who missed out on and can't find an issue one anywhere, I believe there's a second printing coming. Also, anybody with DC's app should be able to check this out in a couple weeks on their higher tier. It'll be a month after it comes.
Yeah, yeah, you'd have to be on the higher tier.
Yeah. Um, I believe they're gonna get all the Vertigo stuff as it comes out a month after.
Yeah, I'm
I would
pretty sure.
assume so. Um, so, but yeah, Bleeding Hearts. I don't know. I don't know if I have too much else to say about it. The artwork in this was awesome. I really like it. Like, here's the moment of when they discover the suburbs. Look at that suburbs! Wow, so
Yeah,
cool!
yeah.
I'm so excited.
It's a fun book. I mean, if you're into zombies at all,
Yeah.
it's just fun.
I
Fun.
texted my friend who like loves zombie stuff, like he loves Walking Dead and stuff. I was like, you need to read this. And so I'm gonna next time I see him, I'm gonna just like give this to him. I'm gonna be like, just give it back when you're done.
Yeah.
You need to read it. Got to spread the word of comic-y goodness. And so, see if Stephen King can be on that filming a movie, you can making or reading a comic book. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh boy.
Do it on a stream. Well, it's funny you say that, Chris, is because our good friend Kat does a bunch of building streams. I would have, I was on her stream yesterday for a bit, but I was not, I was busy doing other stuff. But next time I am on one of her streams and I'm not having to do something else, I am going to definitely get a start on that. So go subscribe to Cat's channel, and I'll be there sometime during this Lego. Is most likely where I will be doing it at, and why it hasn't been done yet. All right, we got this other comic to talk about that involves a particular Sith Lord.
This is the prequel to a TV show, animated TV show that we're going to be getting soon.
Yeah.
First week of April when the TV show comes out.
Yep. This
This
comic next issue comes out just after it drops, I think.
might be right.
It says April 8th.
So yeah,
date. But yeah,
Shadow of Maul. So I'm gonna spoil something that I think is relevant to the comic.
Yeah. You
So,
know what?
Shadow of Maul
Where is?
#1.
Hold on. Before we get into it, yeah, let's put that as a official tag here. Whereas we didn't spoil certain things with Bleeding Hearts because we think it's one of those things that we just kind of said enough to be like, this is why you should go check it out, and here's some of what makes it great. I want to delve deep into this one, unlike Bleeding Hearts, and so we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of everything here. But anyway,
I wanted to point out that this is a Darth Maul comic that we don't really get to see Darth Maul in until like the last couple of panels.
it's not even about Darth Maul until the last couple pages.
It's not about Darth Maul at all.
Not until
it's
the last
about,
couple pages.
It's getting there.
It is getting there.
This is another setup issue, which is fine. It's fine.
You know what? Let me say this, because this is something I was gonna wait to ask this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and ask it. Is this issue, what it's mainly about is it does a great job of, I think, setting up these brand new characters that we know are pivotal to new characters in the show, and this marks as their first official appearances of them.
Okay, so right, what I was gonna say is, okay, obviously Star Wars is a big thing for me. One of the things I love about Star Wars is the world building.
Yeah.
This comic book introduces us to a brand new planet. Never heard of it before.
Yep.
Brand new characters and a whole, like, so it takes place, Empire's already taken over.
Yeah.
But you get this new planet called Janix. And they do a really good job of giving you a really good idea of what kind of...
There's a good shot of Janix right
there. A really good idea of what kind of location this is.
This it feels a lot to me like it's Disney's version of Nar Shaddaa.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. I also was getting a huge vibe of, what is the name of that damn planet? First episode of Andor.
Oh, I know what place you're talking about. Where okay, like where the show begins, and you see like the
yeah.
I know where you're talking about. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
If I don't,
it's bucket.
If I don't look this up, it's going to bother me. Morlana 1. Morlana 1.
Sure. Yeah. See, I went
got some huge vibes of Morlana 1 from this planet.
I think if Nar Shaddaa and Morlana 1 had a baby, it is absolutely Janix.
I think it's actually pronounced Nar Shaddaa.
Right, maybe. I've never been good with pronouncing things.
But yeah, I do get vibes from that. But Morlana 1 as well. Very, backwoods, or not really backwoods, but like, I think, and this is not going to make sense to a whole hell of, like most of you, but it will make sense to Spencer. I get the vibe that this would be a good planet for the crew of the Malcontent to visit.
Sure, yeah. I can see that. For context, that is the game. It's related to the game that you run on your Star Wars game on Patreon that you run.
Right.
That Star Wars RPG. Right? Yeah.
It's a scum and villainy campaign, and yeah, I think this would be a good planet that, like, it's a scum and villainy planet. It's lawless for the most part.
Yeah.
And it's a smuggler planet.
Yeah.
Smugglers, criminals.
Yeah.
World building is my point. It sets up this world and these characters, like you said, just perfectly.
Yes, that point we definitely agree on. And we'll get into that here in a moment, but I want to follow up on what the last couple things Bear said. He said they had a baby. Yes, don't question how planets have babies. Just trust me on this one. And so it's preparing fans for the upcoming show. And this is actually kind of what I was wanting to lead into asking you initially is this did such a good job of setting up, I think, in one issue of what you were just talking about, of not just setting up the planet, but these brand new characters as well that play as huge parts of the show. I honestly wish that this series would have come out earlier or the show was releasing later so we could have had this fully come out before the show.
Sure. Sure. No, I'm so here's the thing about Star Wars comics. Generally speaking, they have been kind of meh lately.
You know more about that than me. I haven't read much of them.
They so much so that I've basically removed most of them from my pull list because they're just kind of like,
Can always wait for it on the Marvel app a few months later.
Yeah, just not into it. But this is definitely one that I would recommend picking up.
Yeah, I also get the vibe too. Like this one might be a really good one once it's all said and done as well. Like as a nice collected edition read. But we'll see. I want to highlight it's written by Benjamin Percy. We've talked about him before. Right. He's done a bunch of stuff at Marvel. Does a bunch of great stuff over there. I think he's one of the best writers over at Marvel right now. Anything I see with his name on it, I'm interested in. I'm gonna absolutely butcher the artist's name. But he did a good job. Matibek Musabekov. I trust me. I swear that's it. As well as
I wasn't even gonna try it, but yeah,
fair enough. And then Luis Guerrero is the color artist, and I think they did a really good job on this.
Oh yeah, both of them solid, definitely solid artists.
Yeah, I think they did a good job.
Percy, obviously. I mean, Benjamin Percy is Benjamin Percy. He's just amazing. He's also writing the new Punisher.
And
he's writing Dungeons of Doom. He's one of the writers on Dungeons of Doom.
Right. Isn't that more of like a Zdarsky sort of thing?
No.
No, that's Will of Doom.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Dungeons of Doom is Benjamin Percy and oh Jesus, big name. What the hell? Philip Kennedy Johnson.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Nice.
But yeah, Benjamin Percy is great. He's done some really cool stuff. So to see him do an awesome character like Maul, when we will eventually get Maul.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the artwork was really solid. Great artwork, great colors. I know, just really good book. I mean,
it was another really good setup. We got to learn about this main new character. And they did a good job too with this opening, like little bit of text too to help set the vibe of it. You know, where it says Janix, a bustling mid-rim metropolis, is home to some of the most unsavory characters the galaxy has to offer. As the captain of the tactical defense force, Brander Lawson is trying to keep them all in check. But on these neon-lit streets, a new threat is always lurking around the corner. Star Wars Shadow of Maul. And issue 1 is titled Broken Law. And so I think right away, like, that does a good job of setting it up specifically. And we get to immediately learn about who this Captain Lawson person is and like the situation that he's having to deal with. We're seeing how much of a capable character he is, which I think helps too, of seeing somebody that when you're talking about somebody that's powerful as Maul, you're just going to always think of everybody else as lesser. So I kind of like that we do get this setup of somebody else that, saying like, oh, this is a capable person, such as I love the scene where he goes into this like special high-end bar or whatever, and he like he flicks off the not literally flips off, but like does his thing there to, stun the droid.
Yeah. So I saw some reviews out there on the internet that from people that were disappointed because they're like, this is a Darth Maul comic that we don't really have Darth Maul in, and they were disappointed by that. And it's like, I mean, I get that if you're like, you just want to jump in and see Darth Maul right away.
I think here's the thing: is if you're a big character, if your main character, if the title character and the character that's here, right? Like, here's the thing though: is this cover is very misleading. Don't get me wrong. This art cover artwork is great. I don't know who did this cover, but like this is great cover artwork. But like this is very misleading. Like, yes, they have the two characters that's actually in the comic up front there, but this guy who is even bigger, he's not there until the very end. And so, no,
so I get that. I get being disappointed. I was not disappointed in this book. I really liked it.
It's one of those things. I think though, I think there is a valid point to be said about being disappointed in that way, because it almost does feel like you're not being given what you were advertised to get. Like, I do think there is a fair point of like, from this cover, if you're to buy a book off of its cover, listen, I know that's not how you're meant to buy novels, but that's how a lot of comics work, right? Is you want to sell it for the cover art. This would lead you to believe Maul has a big role in it. I would have liked to see, because to on the other side of that coin, this is called Shadow of Maul, which means, and I would imagine these characters don't interact a whole lot until the main show anyway.
Yeah.
And point I'm trying to get to is, with it being called Shadow of Maul, they could have figured out some way, at least for this first issue when Maul isn't there as much, to make him more of a shadowy figure. Like, what if we these two characters more forefront in the center, and then have Maul as like a shadowed figure where you could clearly know it's Maul though, but he's like not as present. Anyway, like I get the selling point of this.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we're only getting three issues of this. So
5 issues total. Is it not?
What's that?
So I thought it was. It's at least 3. It's at least 4. They don't just do 3 issues.
I thought it was just 3. Maybe wrong. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I gotta look this up now. Shadow of Maul. How many issues? It is 5 issues.
I thought I read somewhere it was 3, but okay.
Well,
that's fine. I'm good. I'm good with 5.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on my list. I'll still get it.
Okay, the first 3, I see where I read that. Only the first 3 have been announced.
Right, because the others aren't yet with their solicitations aren't out yet. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think we're only getting this first issue. Like, this is the only issue we're going to get before the show starts.
Yeah, because I think the second issue comes out the week after the show begins.
Yeah.
So
and the third one doesn't come out until mid-May.
And see, that's what I was saying is, like, I would have liked to have this been a proper lead up to the show, because this did a good job of setting up characters. It's going to be one of those things, I feel like after this comes out, like, might have to watch the show again to see if it adds good new context or not,
Yeah. You know what? I mean, not knowing anything about what's going to happen in the show, if there was no show, that this was going to lead up to. I could see these two, the guy, oh God, what is his name? Lawson
Randall
and
Lawson.
Two Boots. Lawson and Two Boots. I could see them getting like their own series.
Sure.
But that probably won't happen. But
right.
Anyway.
It is a fun issue though. We get to see a bunch of cool Star Wars creatures they get to fight. They get to fight like a spiky snake eel thing. They get to fight a big spider. Oh, sorry to anybody who hates spiders out there. Don't if you don't like spiders, this might not be the comic for you. There's also we get to meet a bit of other people on this police force. Get this set up with other crime lords that they're hunting, and it was just a good overall story. And I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. Because literally the only involvement with Darth Maul is Darth Maul essentially gets a cab, murders the cab driver, and starts going to Janix. So it's not really Janix is on his way, or Darth Maul is on his way to Janix. He's not even like he doesn't even have anything to do with the main plot yet. Because my thought reading it was I was like, what if he's kind of already there doing something? Oh no, he's not. Okay. So I don't know. We'll see. I liked it though.
Yeah, it's a good comic. I really like it for like I said, the world building and the character building. I'd really like to see more of Two Boots.
I hope he's great in the show, So we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, Two Boots. I forgot that's his name was. I was trying to find it, and that's funny. It seems to be like, even though we haven't gotten him on screen, it seems like we already have another really good droid. Star Wars almost never misses with great droids, it seems like.
For sure, yeah.
And so, he was great. Especially with his lead up to being like, can I come in now? Can I come in now? Can I come in now?
Yeah, I loved that. Yeah,
and Lawson can't like respond because he's like, I'm in the middle of trying to talk to this person.
In the middle of something here.
Can I come in yet? No. And then the person's behind the bar is like, what do you mean no? Don't tell me no.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah. Good stuff. Fun times. Yeah. I think that does it though, unless you have any other thoughts.
No, the only other thing I can think of is I liked the use of the back and forth on the time.
Yeah, I think that,
you're talking like the story takes place. Most of the story takes place in 2 time periods, or not really a great length of time, but like
there's like a present and before. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of flashbacks in it because he's telling the story of what happened with his crew and
right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't have anything else to say about it. It's a good book. I'm looking forward to more. I definitely agree with you that I think they should have published this much earlier.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen that since it did such a good job, I think, of setting things up. Or at least have some of the issues come out. Like at least have it to where the series could have ended when both series would end at the same time,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just wish I don't know. I just feel like even though I'm going to enjoy the rest of them, it's just gonna feel out of place reading a prequel when it's already been said and done for, when we already know the main bits, you know? Especially with
Well, I mean,
I don't know. Well,
Andor
like,
came out after Rogue One. So.
okay, but these comic issues aren't meaty like Andor. Don't get me wrong. These are good. They were two different things. Anyway, I don't know. I don't. We'll see. We'll see. I'm sure they'll still be good though.
Yeah.
All right. What do you have coming up this week on Rebel Nerd Radio?
So we are actually talking about a comic book on Tuesday's live stream. Have I announced it yet? I guess I haven't announced it yet. Oh shit, I don't even have it set up yet. We are going to be talking about Volume 1 of the High Republic comic. That volume is titled There Is No Fear. That covers issues number 1 through 5. So this is the first comic book series of the High Republic Initiative, which we haven't really talked much about the High Republic, hardly at all on our channel. I think we talked about it like when it first came out, when back when DJ was the co-host. But with with me and JD, I don't. We've talked about just in passing, but we have not done any like episodes about it. So this will be the first time we actually talk about the High Republic.
Nice.
Yeah. So
very cool.
But yeah, so I've got that, and then that's really it. I'll probably do another comic book review on the channel. I don't know. We'll see. And then next Sunday we have at least scheduled our next session of Shadow of the Sun, Star Wars RPG.
Nice. Wait, actually, I need to talk to you about that, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, that'll do it though. Let's see here. Here on the Dingus Den, I have 2, maybe 3 videos dropping. I have a video dropping with Gary Jones, creator of Divergent Comics, dropping. Talk about his new series, Nighthawk, that's on Kickstarter. I have a video over G.I. Joe Volume 1 review, as well as possibly the DCKO roundtable discussion coming out as well. So stay tuned for all that stuff, as well as next episode of Before the Cape on Saturday. And so...
Sweet.
Oh, don't say that, Bear. How do you even say that droid's name? Or is it just B2? B2 Emo? I don't know. B2 Emo? How do you say that droid's name? Steve? The one from Andor.
Good question. B2 Emo?
B2, isn't that? Okay. B2 Emo. We were just saying, reminder that B2 Emo was still waiting for Castle to come back. Wait, and hanging out with
that little droid, so yeah.
Yeah, sad little droid.
Why not call him B2 Emo?
It's gonna be too emo for everyone else that he's gonna come across. Anyway, wow. All right. Well, good time. We don't know exactly what we're doing next. We have a couple solid ideas, but we'll figure out, because we still have to figure out exactly when that would be. Since yeah, got stuff and things going on.
We will find out.
Stay tuned, everybody. Till next time, here in the Comic Den, now the Dingus Den. Laters, everybody.
Later, nerds.
Okay. Later, nerdles.